Hello.
You guys are clear for takeoff whenever you're ready.
Okay. May I introduce myself?
Absolutely.
Yes. Hello. Konnichiwa. My name is Emi Kusano from Tokyo, Japan, and I am the one of the four co-founders of Galverse. So I came up with this idea, Galverse, with my best friend, Ayaka, who is here in the audience today. She's a self-taught artist and animator, and I am originally a musician inspired by 80s, 90s style. So it's called Satellite Yang, and I've been doing musician for 8 years. And one day, my 9 years old son, his name is Zombie Zookeeper, his collection got viral in certain community, and actually Steve Aoki bought one, and yeah, he just started as a summer vacation free research assignment, and it's one of the it became one of the most well-known NFT in Japan, so which brought me deep into NFT world as well. And Devin, the co-founder of Galverse, like he's a second member of the Galverse, and he was actually the holder of Zombie Zoo, and then we clicked each other and we started this project. Like from September, like we have been talking over the summer, and finally, we are releasing, hopefully in this month or yeah, like very soon. So it's gonna be exciting.
Awesome. Thanks so much for the intro. And we're really looking forward to your project. The mock ups look really cool. That's pretty interesting. So you're saying your son got into NFTs before you did, and he actually had his own collection? That's pretty cool that it runs in the family. Can I ask before we get started, like, what were your favorite animes, either growing up or just currently?
Um, I love many dystopian sci-fi anime, and of course, the legend is Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Bubblegum Crisis, Gunbuster, and those are favorites of Ayaka and I. Also, Wailoro and Devin also love it. And my most favorite, so number one, is Neon Genesis Evangelion, and also Psychopaths. And so our member is all otaku, spent their childhood in 90s. So it's really fun. Like even like all the members are from different country, and like two is from Japan and two is from Australia, and the one Australian staying in US. And so even we had a different childhood, but we share the all the anime cultures, and it's really fun.
Wow, that is awesome. You guys have a global operation like that, and it's pretty interesting. I feel like with anime, even though a lot of it comes out of Japan, it's just really like crossed all borders. My former roommate watched a ton of anime, so big One Piece fan, big Jujutsu Kaisen fan, and yeah, Neon Genesis Evangelion is pretty dope. So that's really cool. I guess from all that inspiration, what inspired you guys to focus on a woman-centric NFT project? I read the story on your website, and for those listening, there is a essentially goddess who had her own planet, and it exploded into 8,888 shards, and they are the gals of Galverse. Can you tell us a little bit more about the background and what led you guys to that origin story?
Okay, so um, Ayaka and I have been watching lots of sci-fi anime since we were kids, and we both used to talk about. We constantly talk about anime a lot because we are otaku. But however, like most anime, especially science fiction, there are many of them are from a male perspective. So there are many characters who are lovable, and but like sometimes like it should be like a cold and sexy android or like tsundere sexy pirate who are like having crush on the main male characters. So I wanted to make a anime like starring badass woman, and I think that way like we can empowerment more girls a lot, because if you're watching science fiction, so that bring you to interests, for the science and technologies, but many of them are like for the boys. So we want something, like many people said, so Galverse drawing style is kind of like a girls, magical girls kind of anime, but at the same time we have a, like item like Akira jacket, and also like many references from cyberpunk movies, and yeah, we even like from Hollywood movie, and we have so many references, and we kind of trying to make a new style for like a female centric sci-fi anime. If that makes sense, my English is
No,
okay.
you're doing awesome, and that's a great answer. Could you maybe tell us like some of the traits that you're most excited for in the collection? That's really cool that it has some influence in, anime that you've watched, or just sort of that art style. And I know in a lot of collections, some of the legendary traits can be pretty insane. Is there something like really cool that you guys have under wraps that maybe you want to let out to the community here?
Okay. So the questions. So the what I'm excited about roadmap is our
Uh,
slogan is
Can
uh
we, sorry,
again.
I'll jump in for a second. It's
Yeah,
more about
please.
the special items that are in the set that you're excited about.
Oh, the
Like the
special
Akira
items.
jacket and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have so many items that has a flair of 90s anime, like we called mysterious ball. So which is if you see the Shinsei Galverse official Twitter account, PFV, she has a huge ball and like in her hair. So like it's kind of like physically impossible way, impossible uh carrying. So um this like Mysterio both thing is really unique to this collection, and also we have a Chunibyo eye patch. So I'm not sure how to explain. Like, why Laura, could you help me?
Yeah, sure. So
Sorry.
maybe I'll do a quick intro in the meantime too. So I'm one of the team working with Emmy and Ike, helping them, I guess, on the comms side and some of the English work and whatnot. So, I've been helping them name all the layers, and Ike has gone crazy. We've got probably over 2,000 different traits in this collection. So it's just a huge amount of artwork she's produced. And yeah, heaps of anime references in there. Like Emmy said, there's the Chunibyo eye patch. It's like that kind of gauze eye patch. It's like a total trope in these animes. And Chunibyo is like a delusional teenager, like someone who thinks they're more powerful or crazier than they are, and they always get hurt because they're getting into trouble. Um, and there's a lot of references like we picked up in Ayaka's artwork. I mean, she's done some pretty obvious ones, jackets from Akira. There's some Ghost in the Shell kind of references in haircuts and things like that. But it's been interesting because, even though we're inspired by similar things, there's a lot of Japanese culture that comes through. And when me and Devin were naming some of these layers into English, we just didn't understand the references at all. So there's been this process in our like team chats and team meetings and Discord to like send the artwork back and say, we're sure this is something you're trying to make a reference to, but we don't get it at all. And yeah, I will send it back telling us what she had in mind. And it's been fun too because it's across language barriers, right? So Emmy speaks great English. Ayaka kind of understands, but she doesn't speak much English. So on our Discord, we've got this fun way of communicating where we've put in like a translation bot. So we type each other a message, and if you react with a little Japanese flag emoji, it translates it into Japanese. And then Ayaka writes back in Japanese, and she puts a little English flag emoji on it, and it translates it back into English. So it's been a pretty fun, like, collaborative project going back and forth, and yeah, making it work like that. And yeah, totally heaps of references and some pretty rare special items coming up too.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the traits and the layers there. And thanks for hopping in and helping bridge the language barrier. I'm going to toss it over to Grifton to answer or to ask some more questions. But before then, we're going to do our first whitelist allow list spot giveaway here. So I know you guys talked about Ghost in the Shell a couple times. The first 3 people to either change their profile picture on Twitter to either a ghost or a seashell and then spam that wave button, just wave at us a bunch, we'll get you on the allow list. This is going to be an allow list to the Galverse NFT project. I know we got a lot of people in here who want it, so legitimately just change your profile picture to a ghost or a shell and wave at us, and then we'll get you up here. I'll shoot you a DM and we'll make it happen. But yeah, let's do it, guys. Get some allow list spots. This is a great opportunity if you are looking to be copping this project.
Awesome. Yeah, we actually we have a good amount of giveaways for this project today, which is super exciting. Those are some awesome answers. This gets me pretty excited. What I wanted to know is what are some things that you guys think separates you from, say, some of the other anime projects that have come out recently?
I think this is a probably first time that Japanese animator has been in the center of the NFT project. Like I see many anime inspired NFT collection and it got really popular, but not many project is involving Japanese creator. And also my first project, Zombie Zoo, which my son is working, it's actually we had a adaptation with a anime company, Toei Animation, which is the studio behind Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball. So this is very unique that I am able to gather talents in Japan that can animate our own style. So it's gonna be so much fun. And also we have a community feature that is completely new. So why, Laura, can you explain?
Yeah, I guess what separates us as well is the long-term vision of the project. So, you know, we have our saying, Wagma, we're going to make an anime. So not Wag Me, I mean Wag Me, but Wagma as well. And
Wagma.
Wagma. And it's kind of half roadmap, half vision. So, you know, a lot of these projects, they're popular because the anime art is great. There's a lot of great anime projects out there, but what we want to do is turn Galverse into like an anime property itself and create an anime show that we'll all be able to watch, and some of the PFPs will show up as characters. And the community side of that is that people are going to go on that journey with us and have their input as well. So, you know, if you're a holder, you'll have kind of creative input. Maybe you'll be able to give feedback on like character design, or you know, the story direction. Might also be some like commercial input. You know, if we want to go and pitch it to studios, like, do we want to go to Toei first or go speak to Netflix first? Like, we might throw some of that out to the community as well. So. It should be a really fun process. You know, we're aiming to get a lot done in the next 12 months after we launch. But yeah, that's something pretty unique. And I guess, you know, sorry, Griffin, adding to Emmy's point too. Like, I think a lot of these anime projects that come out so far, like she said, had that kind of male perspective. You know, a lot of sexy girls and whatnot, and we try to stay away from that sort of waifu vibe and you know, spread positivity and good vibes in the space and that empowerment message. It's definitely really core to what Galverse is about.
Very cool, man. Go ahead, Russ.
I was just going to say, I really appreciate that because I know in this space we've had some projects like Killer Girlfriend, and they call it that because my girlfriend would kill me if she saw that I owned one. So let's go. Love the wholesome art. Also, just wanted to say we have 4 winners of the first allow list spots here. We got Mucho Gusto, Steve, looks like Judy Bands, congrats on the bands, and Eugene Lim. So big congrats to all those guys. They're the speakers.
Congrats.
If you guys want to briefly try to... Oh, go ahead, Emmy. I'm sorry.
I said congrats in Japanese. おめでとう.
Oh, awesome. Heck yeah. I love that.
ありがとうございます。Oh,
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
By the way, I love Ghost in the Shell. It's the very first anime I've ever seen, and it was amazing. So I was really hyped when you guys put that up. That was awesome.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How's it
Hey, how
going?
you doing? Just
Hello.
wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to, win a whitelist in this project. I've just been listening in, getting a good foundation on what you guys stand for and what you guys are trying to do that's different in the space. I really do appreciate all your guys' honesty and transparency. I could tell that there's something that's near and dear to your guys' heart. I just wanted to talk about like other potential ways that you guys have to empower women. Obviously the art speaks for itself in terms of you guys are going down kind of like that lane, and someone had mentioned kind of like Killer Girlfriends and Lives of Asuna kind of done a similar thing, but what's going to be different about this woman-led project that can go beyond what other projects have done in the past?
I might jump in first and hand it over to Emmy, but I think like what we want to do definitely on our roadmap is bringing other female artists in to do collaborations and things like that, and promote their work through what we're doing. So we're already talking to a few people who've reached out, and use our platform to give them opportunities. I think we also have long term some I guess more direct action where we can give some of the money raised into worthwhile causes. I think that's definitely on our radar. And yeah, I know Amy has kind of a vision of what we can do, particularly in Japan, where the culture is a little stricter, and women don't always have the same opportunities. So she's pretty passionate about that topic. And I will just give a shout out to your Possessed profile pic, man, because we're close with that team as well. They're great people over there. It's an awesome project. But yeah, Amit, you want to jump in?
Sure. So before the Galverse, 2 years ago, Ayaka and I made a music video called Grass Searing, so which is the video game from 80s inspired. I don't know how to call the Bishoujo game, so which is like a
like a visual novel, I think.
Yeah, visual novel, like love simulation game, like which is like man centric. But instead of that, like we recreate all the girls who has a on their own program. Like for example, like one girl has a baby and working from home at the same time. So I have a baby and I have two sons. So that kind of story is really based on Galver's inspiration. So like we basically recreate our own memory, that magical girl style, and also Ghost in the Shell, like cyberpunk style. So we are recreating completely new things. So that's the empowerment. I'm not sure if it's good answer, but also
No, that was a great answer. That was great.
thank you. And also maybe in the future, I'm actually I'm on like Japanese TV show, and I'm also writing book for children STEAM education book, and my children's both are boys, and I just realized there are so many sci-fi or like science interesting children's book, but like many of them are kind of like boys style manga. So we want to make something for the girls in the future. Like I just love the episode. The CEO of SpaceX, she got really inspired by scientist. She was wearing like really cool dress, and like the CEO of SpaceX, when she was child, like she saw the uh, scientist with a really pretty dress, and that makes her to be a scientist in the future. So that kind of dynamic that's we really need. So that's my opinion. Yeah. So
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate both of your guys' answers, and definitely appreciate your time. And of course, shout out to the Metaverse headquarters people. Love you guys and all that you guys are doing. Unfortunately, I just got to jump right now. I'm getting ready to go to dinner, but just wanted to pop in. Thank you, everybody.
Before you hop off, real quick,
excited to see where this project can go.
Before you hop off, make sure you can send me your Discord name, and please, like anyone who's up here with the Ghost in the Shell, send me a DM on Twitter, please, with your Discord name and your wallet address, so we can make sure we can add you to the allow list. So please just send me a DM. Thank you, guys.
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Hey, sounds good. Thanks again. I also appreciate it for having us up here and for explaining and answering all of our questions. Metaverse, you're amazing. And I'll send you, Ross, the information. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Awesome. Those were some great questions. I love to see the crowd get up here and show their interest and ask some great questions like that. I just wanted to make note of the fact that we are at 86 listeners right now, which is one of the biggest spaces that Ross and I have done by far. So I think that really shows the interest in the Galverse. And I just wanted to say that we do have a few more giveaways to do. And if you guys could go and share their spaces, and if we can hit 100, we'll be able to do our next giveaway game and get some more giveaways and whitelist spots for this project.
Hi, this is Eugene. I just want to say thank you for the whitelist. This is a really awesome project, right? It's really fresh, really new, hence the huge interest, I'm sure. I've been a otaku for a while, watching different anime. My 11-year-old daughter is actually a fan of the whole magical girl trope with stuff on Netflix, Glitter Force, Doki Doki, and stuff like that. My boy likes to watch some anime, but he's still young, right? So I saw in the profile, Ayaka, you've been in a director role. Just keen to, and I saw it was very cool, all the stuff you have on your page, right? I wanted to check on, if you can talk about your the anime or the short animations that you've worked on in the past, or your plans for building that anime. Just keen to get excited about that and hear about the path towards making an anime in your prior experience.
Yeah, maybe I can answer that one on behalf of Ayaka, just as she's just listening in today. Yeah, Ayaka is a real superstar. Like Emmy said, she's a self-taught animator. She's been tutored by some greats, really amazing animators from back in the day. I think that's where some of her inspiration for this kind of classic style comes from. And like we said, all the animes from the 80s and 90s that she loves. Her kind of day job is making music videos typically. So she's done a whole lot of animated kind of music videos for big artists in Japan.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Some of those you can see on her profile. She's just one person, so when we talk about like doing the long-term anime plans, that's going to involve a lot more people. But we're hoping, Ayaka's going to sit in the director's chair on that side of things because she definitely has the vision. And when I joined the project, I went and did some research on my co-founders. I was the last member to kind of come on the team, and I was just super impressed with Ayaka's ideas and vision. And there's an interview she did like over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, where she talked about wanting to build up an animated team and do something bigger than what she's done. So that's kind of on the cards there. Getting a studio involved and more animators on board.
That's super exciting, right? So as a holder, you actually get to see the anime come to life, and you're mentioning participating in that. This thing that's really unique and awesome.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to share more plans about how what we plan to do over the next 12 months and how we'll bring it to life. But yeah, Ayaka's amazing. Her art's next level, and some of the videos she's done have millions of views and things. And yeah, she's a big dog already.
Super awesome.
Yeah. I share the first music video I did with Ayaka. So I was actually covering "Take on Me" in Japanese, like the J-pop version of "Take on Me" by AHA. So Ayaka was doing the first animation of the sequences. So please check later, like if you guys interested in.
Thank you so much. I'll pass the speaker on to someone else, but thank you so much for sharing. Super pumped, super excited. Thank you also to the Metaverse team for hosting. Ross, your DMs are closed, so if you can reach out to me or something, I can reply back.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the heads up. Let me take care of that right now.
Right. Thanks, guys. I'll set up the speaker spot so someone else can get a chance. Thank you.
Awesome. That was a great question, man. Thanks for coming up and asking them a question. Looks like we're at about 91. We hit about 95 at our peak. So I'll ask again if you guys could go ahead and share, and we hit 100, we'll be able to get our next giveaway on the road. But yeah, I had another question for Emmy. You seem to have a lot of passion for your creative side, and I wanted to know what you're most excited about for this project.
Of course, making anime is the most exciting part. Our slogan, Wagama, we all gonna make anime. So making anime is the most exciting part. But I personally, I'm looking forward to Ayaka's manga. Oh, she's gonna do the manga drop for holders, and then I actually come up with all the story setting, and she easily takes that expanded story, so we get along so well, and like we understand each other, like, so it's gonna be so much fun to thinking about the whole the story, and also you know rem- could I share the interesting thing for just for sneak peek? And so I already have a story setting for anime, and the key character is called Dr. Asuka Wagami. So this name actually came from Japanese old proverb "Asu wa wagami," so which means misfortune is happened to somebody, could happen to any of us. So this is a learning lesson from the you have to be prepared. So Ayaka and I always wanted to use this proverb for the main character, because it's with sci-fi storyline where technology caused disaster. But it is funny, the coincidence that Web3 community started using Wagami for all gonna make it. So it's very coincidence, but yeah, we really need so Dr. Wagami Love jacket for the merch something.
Awesome. Yeah. I just wanted to hop in and say, I really love this art. I think that the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it was anime. So it's really exciting to hear that that's what you're most excited about and what you guys seem to really be pushing for. It really has that beautiful 90s anime aesthetic that I think you guys were shooting for. Um, and I wanted to touch on that anime project. So I know you guys are currently like a team of 4, and you sound like you have, a ton of, other aspirations, and you're a creative across the board, it sounds like. Are you guys going to plan on trying to build out that team to kind of attack those things like the anime and the manga?
Yeah, I might jump in on that one.
No, yeah, please do.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, like you said, we are a pretty tight team, and I think in the short term, like when we're building our core team, Ike is going to get some more assistance on board to help with manga and things. That is something that a pretty small team can do. When we're talking like long term, building the anime out, we'll expand on that a bit in the future as well. But um, uh, I guess I'll point to Emmy's last project. So she mentioned Zombie Zoo, her son's project. So her and her son just signed a deal with Toei recently that she mentioned, and that's the studio behind like Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. So it's a huge company. and they're moving forward with the Zombie Zoo anime pilot.
So sorry to interrupt. So you're saying you guys kind of have a little bit of an in to the people who have created some of the most legendary animes of all time. Okay.
That might be what I'm hinting at. But
That's pretty bullish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was pitching to my friend who works at Toys, and it made it.
No, I love to hear it. That is really exciting, and that's just something I wanted to touch on. I know that was kind of a maybe a tough question that we didn't have you guys prep for at all, and I applaud the response, and it sounds like you guys are on the right path to make this ambitious project happen.
Yeah, and it's one of these things. Like I said, we have this long-term vision, so it's not just like we're going to take the funds raised in the project. We're going to basically form up like a Galverse kind of entity. We're all going to work for that company essentially. So it's this long-term plan. We're not just like launching and running. We're in here for the long haul, and we're going to be working with studios, pitching to studios. Kicking off a pilot. It won't go exactly the same way as the Zombie Zoo project has. They're a little different, but I think the Galverse vision is kind of bigger and wilder. So yeah, having a talented core team and building it out as we go, that's definitely on the plans here.
Awesome. Well, that's great, man. I love the response again, and I'm gonna pass it back to my boy Ross Boss to keep on hosting.
Yeah, that's seriously awesome, and like you guys saying stuff like that is making me feel particularly bullish over here. I better hide all my red furniture before I start tearing up this place. It's 9:34, so yeah, we're gonna rip another giveaway, duh. And I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm gonna let Kai Kun up here first because he was reacting earlier and just missed the cutoff for the Ghost in the Shell. But Kai, I do have an opportunity for you to get an allow list spot here, but I am going to be putting you 100% on the spot. Emmy told us that she had a background in making music videos. So if you would like an allow list spot, we will gladly give you one if you can sing to us anything, or you can play an instrument into your phone. Go for it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I'm really excited. I've heard things like you've had connections with anime studios, and I'm really excited about that. What should I sing? I can sing the Ghost in the Shell opening, I guess.
Oh my god, yeah. Do you know
I don't know the lyrics though. Hold on. Let me put up the lyrics.
This is true.
Give me 1 minute, please.
I think I mentioned. Oh, you ready to go?
No, hold on. Please give me 1 minute.
No problem. Yeah, I think I mentioned when Devin and Emmy and Aika asked me to join up. We had some initial chats, and my absolute all-time favorite anime is like Ghost in the Shell standalone complex and the Ghost in the Shell movie, and we're all chatting about our nerdy past, and Aika listed off all her favorite animes, and it was like exactly the same as mine, 1-to-1. So I knew this was a team with its heart in the right place, and was really happy to jump on board with that. You can actually, I don't know if you can see Ayaka's profile picture in the list of audience members. She's sitting up there, but it's very, very Akira kind of Ghost in the Shell inspired.
All right, I think I'm ready. I'm gonna sing the refrain. I am calling in the depth of longing. So I think no, hold on. That's the wrong line, but I think I got it.
Wow.
That's it.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry.
No,
I messed it up. I messed it up right there. I'm sorry. I messed it up. I read the wrong.
You gave 100% Kai Kun a big round of applause. My DMs are actually being flooded by Columbia Records right now. I'm going to tell them you're independent. Jesus. You don't want to sign with a label, but you're happy to sign at MVHQ anytime. Just go ahead and cop an MVHQ pass. We'll gladly put you on the label. But cool. Yeah, hit me up, get in my DMs, give me your Discord name and your wallet address. Congrats on that. And just because I'm feeling spicy tonight and we're firing up this awesome spaces right now, I'm going to give one other listener the opportunity to sing a little something for us and get an allow list spot. So just spam the crap out of that react button. Pardon my language, Galverse. But yeah, spam the react button and we'll get someone up here to sing whatever they're feeling and just show us, how much you appreciate the inspiration here. We absolutely love music, and I think it's so cool that that's part of your background, Emmy. So yeah, hit the reacts, guys. I'm going to get someone up here who wants to sing.
Also, just real quickly, that the description of Chunibyo was perfect.
Chunibyo.
That was the most spot on description of Chunibyo I've ever heard.
You can tell there's a lot of love for the anime vibes here.
Alrighty, I invited John Fitzgerald. This is the first person I saw reacting here. Welcome aboard. Hope you got some love for Metaverse HQ as well as Galverse. What are you going to be singing for us tonight?
Oh, happy to be here, Ross Boss. Can't believe I made the cut. I don't know. Do you have any preferences? Should I sing a song? Should I just freestyle something? I was not expecting this.
Oh, I love freestyles if you listen to any of these other Twitter spaces, but do what's in your heart. If you know the One Piece theme, I'll be super excited. If you know the Sailor Moon theme, I think Galverse would be extra excited. But if you just want to sing anything, we will certainly grant you an allow list.
All right, I'm just going to make something up, and hopefully it can at least give you guys a laugh. Maybe you'll even enjoy it. Let's see where this goes. I love NFTs. Can I please get one at a discount, please? I love NFTs. Can I get one at a discount, please? Yeah, I'm hanging out in a Twitch chat. Yeah, I'm all that. I can't rap, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, put your hands and raise them high. Let me hear it, chat. Where you at?
Yo!
Wow.
That was insane. Oh my God. Show some love, people. That's definitely worth an allow list spot for sure. Thank you so much for you and Kai both. Please make sure you both send me a DM on Twitter and just send me your Discord name and your wallet address, and we'll make sure to add you to the allow list. That's super awesome. And I still think, let me just keep tabs here. We have 3 more allow list spots for you guys tonight. So keep listening. We got about 20 more minutes. We can certainly go over if there's more, but we definitely want to give some opportunities. So we're going to have some more games and keep it exciting. But yeah, at this point, let me turn it back over to the Galverse NFT team, either Emmy or Wailola. Do you guys have anything that you just want to tell everyone? I know you've really given us a really good look at your project, and I think we're all pretty excited and really like the art, but is there anything you felt like you haven't had a chance to share yet?
Oh, speaking of the music, I am working on the theme song of Galverse. So, Wailola, could you share one of the tweet and also yeah, we have a team for making music, so we would like to present a soundtrack for Galverse before anime is launched. So we want to do something for that. We haven't decided is there gonna be music NFT or like anything, but it could be really fun to having a music streaming channel on Discord or something like that.
Yeah, we definitely got to get a voice channel going with some Satellite Young tracks on there. It's Emmy's band, and I just shared the tweet with the kind of sneak peek at Emmy's demo. So it's not a final version, just a demo, and it already sounds amazing. We've heard the whole track, and we can't say much more today, but there's some cool news coming up with some of the music production, what we're doing there. But definitely, it's a big part of the project. Emmy. Ike is the artist, so the art is all her, and Emmy's background as a musician is definitely going to shine through in this project big time. And maybe I can share a little something. I don't know if this counts as alpha or not, but it's just a fun little thing we've been working on in the background. So I think we might be the first project to do this, but we've got this idea. The team has this idea of bridging NFT communities together in kind of new and exciting ways. So we're building what we're going to call the Inclusiverse, which is obviously the inclusive universe. And we have just been testing out some technology where in our Discord channel, we can basically build a portal between two communities. So the first thing we're going to do is between Galverse and Zombie Zoo, where in each different Discord channel, there's going to be server, I should say. There's going to be a channel like Shinsei X Zombie Zoo, and in Zombie Zoo will be Zombie Zoo X Galverse. And users in those two separate communities will be able to talk to each other in real time. And we're going to open that up to other awesome projects as well. But yeah, it means you can be a holder of one project and talk to holders of other projects without having to join another server or jump around like that. I think it's pretty unique. We've spent a bit of time building that out, so it's a fun little way to bring people together without having to split up into different worlds, I guess.
Yo, that's such a cool idea. That's actually really awesome, and I like that. That's definitely just like a really nice add-on to have for a Discord channel or just part of the community. So I will say it. That's definitely some light alpha. So we really appreciate that. I'm going to take some questions from the audience. Let's do one more Allow List giveaway just because, again, I'm feeling really excited to have all these people in spaces, and you guys are just an awesome team to talk to. So been loving the Ghost in the Shell vibe. I'm going to ask the audience now to put your mind inside that of a ghost's. Picture you're a ghost and you don't haunt houses, you haunt teeny little shells on the beach, and you just found yourself homed in a conch shell. It's just right there on the beach, and now you are quite literally a ghost in a shell. If you can spam the react buttons in the chat, I will get you up here. Give me your best imitation of a ghost living in a shell. I have an idea in my mind of what that would sound like. Maybe a little spooky, maybe a little echoey, maybe a little tropical. Spam the react button. We're going to get you on stage, and if Poopaloop thinks that you actually sound like a ghost in a shell, you will have an Allow List spot to this awesome project, Galverse NFT. All right, let's see some reacts. Alrighty, I just saw Metamo. He was the first person I saw reacting. Metamo, I just invited you to speak. Are you able to hop on up here? Metamo, are you there?
Maybe he has stage fright.
Oh no, he is Metamo no Mo. That is okay. Can we get more reacts in the audience? Anyone who wants to be a ghost in a shell? Oh, I see Pumped Up NFTs. All right, I'm inviting you to speak right now. You're the first person I saw reacting down there. Feel free to accept that request. Let me get you up here. Let's see. Pumped Up NFTs, are you there? Can you wave to me if you can hear me right now?
Hello?
It must just be the pressure. Oh, here they are.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, first of all, thank you for bringing me up. I think this project's really cool. And for my impression of a ghost in the shell, ooh, let me out. Ooh.
All right. I think that was just good enough to get an Allow List spot. If I'm being honest, there was not as much shell in there as I was hoping for. But you certainly captured the ghost essence quite well, But yeah, thank you. That was awesome. Please send me a DM with your Discord name and ETH address, and we'll make sure to get you an Allow List spot.
Thank you, Russ. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Wow. Your community is very so many college people. If we do in Japanese community, everyone gonna be really shy and no one's raising hand.
Oh, don't let my youthful voice fool you. I'm actually 57. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm only 25. I wish. All right. Well, let me turn it back to Grifton for a second. Grifton, any more questions on your end, or should we bring up some audience members here to ask some hard-hitting investigatory questions?
Yeah, I had a question for Emmy if she's able to answer this. No problem if not. So I just really love the story about how your 9-year-old son, has his own project, and he's even got this possible or this acquired deal with this awesome anime house. I don't know how to pronounce it. I believe it's Toy, but I just
Toye.
wanted to Toy. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I just want to know, do you guys have any plans to maybe do a collaboration between your two worlds, your two projects, you and your son, as a team?
I'm not sure yet, but our team, Devin and Jack, Jack aka White Aurora, like always, giving us advice, and like it's really cool to having a two um, uh, corrective at the same time. And Zombie Zoo is more like anime centric, and it's gonna be like um, to scale this. Like I'm doing collaboration to non Web3 projects such as like Japanese TV and like many physical exhibition, and also having a collaboration with other artists in Japan as well. So it's really cool to have like both knowledge, and like we inspire each other a lot. And yeah, someday like we can do something together, because Zombie Zoo is gonna have a whole anime series that um, boys and girls from all over the world capture the zombie and cure them, and we're gonna make a vaccine for vaccine for this, and like something like that. So Galverse world itself is independent, but like we can, you know, share each other inspiration, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we've been throwing ideas around in our team Discord because Devin and I are original kind of fans of Zombie Zoo, and I mean we're working so hard on getting Galverse out the door at the moment that they are just ideas, but I think there's a lot of ground to explore in like two projects that are both NFT based, that are both doing animes. Like how can you make them work together, and how can those NFTs interact and maybe become something new? So definitely it's not on the official roadmap, but it's something we want to do. And yeah, the Zombie Zoo project. I might share a little anecdote if you got a minute. But before I joined up with Galverse, I knew about Zombie Zoo. Devin had told me about it. I knew about Emmy and her music, and I heard about this thing like a 9-year-old did the project, and at first I was like, surely that can't be true. Like it must be the mum, Emmy, like helping him out and doing this and that. But Devin told me a story of when he first approached Emmy, with an idea to do something together. It was on the Zombie Zoo project, and he had this idea of maybe like, you could combine bits from different zombies and create a new NFT. And Zombie Zookeeper, Emmy's son, came back to him and said, absolutely not. Like, stay away from that project. This is my art, and I'm doing what I want with it. So he's absolutely this little amazing artist doing some fun stuff, but very very independent. But that is, I think, where the conversation for Galverse kind of kicked off. Emmy liked the idea and wanted to do something, but she had to have her own project to do it because Zombie Zoo was Zombie Zookeepers. So yeah, it's just a fun bit of background.
Oh wow! No, I have a huge smile. That's such a cool story, and that's so funny just hearing that. He's like, "Mom, don't get involved in my project." So I'm so glad you're both in the space. That's really cool. I actually do want to ask you one more question before we turn it over to the audience. And pardon me, I would have loved to give you this question ahead of time to really have time to think about it. But like, what is the NFT market looking like right now in Japan? I feel like we have a pretty good sense in North America of what's that like, especially in MVHQ. Have NFTs really caught on over there, and maybe like what are some of the more popular collections that are popping over in Japan right now?
I think NFT is getting huge recognition in Japan. There's a of course language barrier between Western projects and community, but many of like Japanese member are limited to in domestic markets. So many Japanese artists started to writing Twitter in Japanese, and also yeah. I think there are many amazing artists in Japan, but sometimes uh, it there are many Japanese inspired NFT projects, and I kind of I felt a little frustrated that there's not many actual Japanese creators involved. So I want to be a bridge between Japanese community and worldwide. And also because of my son's project, many kids inspired in Japan, and many actually like kids artists started on NFT. And I think the Zombie Zoo was the most well-known NFT project in Japan now. So like if you're talking about NFT in Japan, like everyone says, oh, the kids drawing was expensive. Like many people say that. Like but I think this NFT space allow many Asian creators to challenge themselves on the world stage. So it's very amazing. Like there has been like really warm community. We help each other. Like we help like translation each other. Like there's many bilingual Japanese people are helping, doing the bilingual space sometime. And yeah, please check out all the Japanese creators. I will retweet them sometime, and yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like Emmy said, she's on TV now, and then she's on NHK, which is like the big national broadcaster in Japan, talking about NFTs and showing audiences like her son's project and other NFT projects out there. Steve Aoki's been on like national TV in Japan showing off his Zombie Zoo NFTs, so that was a big moment for that project. And the interesting thing, like as an outsider, kind of working with Emmy and that, obviously all of us on this call love NFTs, but you guys would have seen there's a bit of suspicion towards them, like in the West in general. Not everyone is on board with the idea. But it seems to me like in Japan, the sentiment's kind of much more positive. Like in general, people are much more interested and they kind of see it as a new type of technology and new possibilities there. So it's definitely a different perception that I think hasn't crossed the same way, like through that cultural barrier, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh man, no, I really appreciate both of you guys' insight, and I think that's definitely some meta alpha for the entire community here. It's definitely really good to get a sense of like what's going on globally with NFTs. Definitely an interesting time for the market, and we're really at the forefront of NFT history unfolding here. So this is awesome, especially with Galverse being a Japanese-led project, and just hearing what you're trying to do here, Emmy. I really wish you guys the best of luck with that, and really excited to see how the launch goes. But with that, I'm going to ask you, Emmy, and also Wailola, because I am definitely going to be putting both of you on the spot if you're welcome to it. Here at Metaverse HQ, we really like to dive a little bit deeper into projects. We really like to take our time and make sure everything is vetted. We would like to give the audience an opportunity now to ask you some burning questions. This could be anything. We really are trying to have people ask their most thorough, well thought out question to really test Galverse NFT. They're launching a project and we want to be thorough. We want to make sure they're legit. If you guys are willing to, we will turn it over to our audience and we'll let people bring them up. And audience, if you can give us a hard hitting question, we will have 2 more opportunities for an allow a spot here. What do you say?
We love that idea. I think, we when we set out with Galverse, we really wanted to be transparent and, like we said, positive vibes. Doc's team do everything the right way. I think the NFT space can do with a lot of good behavior, and that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, bring it on.
Oh man, we love to hear that. All right, audience, if I bring you up here, this question better be burning. I want the AC on in my house to even be able to listen to you. If you give them your project it's so great, and I just wanted to ask, like, how are you doing today? No, I want investigative questions here, folks. Dig a little bit deeper. Show us the MVHQ. I'm going to open it up. React. I will bring you up here and ask a hard hitting question.
The long silence is making me a little nervous now.
I just invited Caroline up. I saw her send out a react, and it looks like KF Panda. I'm going to invite you up as well. All right, we got KF Panda on the line. give us a hard-hitting question. Oh, KF Panda, you are on mute if you are there.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thanks for selecting me, first of all. Okay. So we've seen in the space kind of the Asian art meta come and almost wane already by now since the latest bear market. So I'm just curious, as a project, what you guys have in mind that's going to be a differentiator from the other also run projects that kind of came out after the big boom for this kind of art.
It's a good question, really good question. I might take that one first, Emmy, if you don't mind. Yeah, like we are obviously into the anime kind of scene and NFT scene, and we saw that sort of meta come and go, if you want to call it like anime meta or whatever. And at the time, like we were working pretty hard on the project, and a lot of people said, you guys should just launch, like this was, probably a month ago, just get it out the door, whatever you've got now, go for it. And I think a core kind of tenet of our project is like we probably could have done that if we really pushed, but our sort of guiding star is like, let's ignore the meta. Ike has been doing the art for this project since probably September, October last year, so she's been working on it a long time. Our goal is just to deliver like a good quality project through and through. So everything is sort of worked out from start to finish. And there's the old saying, like I think it's a video game saying, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is never good. So in this case, we're taking the same approach here. And as far as what differentiates us from a lot of those things, I think our kind of long-term vision, I mentioned it before, but that community engagement side, the fact that we're not just dropping a project and running away, or like, trying to drop derivatives afterwards, something like that. We got a long-term plan, 12, 24 months onwards, and we're committed, and it's all contracted as well. That's probably a different thing you haven't seen in some other projects, that like we signed up for the long term. If we want to benefit from this project, then we have to work on it over the next couple of years. So yeah. And I think it'll be cool for the audience seeing behind the scenes how an anime gets made. That's my feeling. I don't know if that answered your question, but
oh yeah.
Also, from the art production point of view, so we are not following certain trend. Actually, like I have been doing this 90s 80s Shinsei wave style for 8 years, and Ayaka is also have been doing retro style for her like art style. So I have been always fan of like Neo Tokyo 90s anime vibes, and then I know there are so many fans of that stuff all over the world, and I think Azuki is proof of that. And it could be yeah, it looks like a trend, but also like these style will be timeless. So it's very, very British for me, that.
Awesome. No, everything you guys are saying has just been so great, and we really appreciate it. KF Panda, I assume you've been working out, because that was a very strong question, and I'm very impressed by that. Please send me a DM, send me your Discord name and your ETH address. We'll make sure to give you an allow us spot. I'm going to get one more person up for a burning question, but I did want to ask you guys, actually, do you have any legendaries in the collection? I know that was something that was just so cool with the Azukis and seeing all of the spirits and the ghosts, and just some of the like top tier ones looked insane. Are there any like really special ones that are going to be hiding in the collection?
yeah, I can speak to that, because we've been digging through the art and finalizing everything and all the metadata, so we know it back to front by now. Like I said, there's thousands of traits, so it's a lot to get your head around. But we have a series of 3 swords that are like legendary. There's only one of each of them. They all have unique names. So that's one thing. And we have some other pretty rare, there's a few very rare backgrounds and a few very rare kind of special layers, that look in some ways you can say it kind of lines up with the special layers in Azuki with like the Sakura leaves and things like that. We have a few special ones there. But yeah, definitely some very rare items involved.
I think our collection is one of the most complicated layered generative. Like we have like so many kinds of, strands. Like hair layer is actually divided like 4 to 5, and it's very, very complicated. And like all the 8,888 gals, we've been checking on like final check, and it's mind blowing. Like you're gonna love it so much.
Oh, I got actual goosebumps there. I'm super excited. This is sick. I'm really glad I asked, and I'm really excited here. All right, I'm going to bring one more audience member here to wrap it up. This is the final question of the night and the last allow-less spot that we have, so it better be a darn good question. Full pressure on you. Don't choke there, buddy or gal. We don't want you to be looking bad on Twitter Spaces. I'm just kidding. Just trying to emphasize that this is a very momentous question, and we're trying to really bring it home here. So let me see some reacts in the chat. All right, I have seen L Dude with some fun emojis here. He's been spamming it all day, so I hope you have an awesome question for us. I'm going to bring you up right now. All right, L Dude, you are on with Galverse.
I have
a classic.
I have a very serious question. A very serious question. Will the power level of the collection be over 9,000?
I can maybe attest to the fact that there is a rare sunglasses layer called PL 9001.
Let's go.
That might be a reference to that. Yeah.
Actually, I grew up on toy animation and watching Toonami, and every day is like next time on Dragon Ball Z. So all the quality of this.
How many weeks did they drag that spirit bomb over, man? It was unbelievable.
142 days of watching Dragon Ball Z to have them go next time and show like what's supposed to happen next time, and then I get home from like school and it's 4:30 and I get on Toonami and they restart the whole freaking cycle. You have like break as a kid, like episode 148, and they just restarted it like 3 times over, and I watched it all again just to make sure I didn't miss because the internet didn't exist.
It's the original rug pull, man. That's how they got you back
It
then.
is. It was the original Dragon Ball rug pull. I had to go find all the Dragon Balls again every like 6 weeks.
Also, I love your PFP. Is that a photo from childhood?
Yeah, it's actually me when I was 2. My parents made me Beetlejuice, and I'll never forget how itchy that wig was.
Wow, you got so cool parents.
Thank you. They are very cool. It's cool how it's transitioned to NFTs, because when we were kids, my dad would take my brother and I to comic stores, and we would collect comics. Like I have first edition Spawn and Venom. So like NFTs are just like an extension of that. So I'm excited to be here.
Amazing. You're bringing back so many memories of my mum like pushing me out the door to school at the last 5 minutes of Dragon Ball. Like, come on, man, let me watch 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I hope that's allow list worthy. I hope that was a hard hitting question. Oh, and
yeah,
senzu beans. Like, are there senzu beans?
No senzu beans actually, but we might have a little kind of Akira capsule. I'll say that much.
Yeah, dude, we can definitely get you an allow spot for that. I think that was pretty epic, and we just really appreciate your energy on the spaces tonight. Make sure you send me a DM with your Discord name and your wallet address, please, but I will send that over to the MVHQ powers that be. All right, guys, I think we're going to get ready to wrap it up, so I'm going to give one last pass over to Griffin, but before I do, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in, and really huge shout out to Galverse NST for joining us. And an enormous shout out to Metaverse HQ. If you are listening and you have not yet purchased an MVHQ token, I would really genuinely recommend it. This is not like a paid sponsor or anything. I am just a random DGen who stumbled into an alpha community and found myself getting smarter every day. My parents look at me differently. I have a newfound sense of confidence. And I mean that, really. We have such a strong community of like elite level traders. You would not believe the just kinds of plays that people make in here, man. There's like people in our community who see stuff coming months ahead of time. It's really great to bounce ideas off of other people who are doing the same thing you're doing every single day. You know, like I used to do this just by myself, and not having a sounding board for some thoughts or some plays that you might want to test drive can really lead into some scary places. And just to have a community that always has your back and is trying to guide you to success, it really changes everything. So really recommend checking it out. Pop into our Discord. Feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions, but it's totally worth it getting into the community. Thank you guys again. Griffin, anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to echo what you said about NBHQ. It is a fantastic space to be within daily, you know, as an NFT trader, as an NFT entrepreneur myself. You know, it's a great place to network and learn a lot about this space. And I wanted to thank Emmy and Jack for their great time here today. You guys gave us a lot of alpha, a lot of bullish information about this project. And it was great just to hear you guys' passion for this project. And I think I'm definitely going to be a supporter. I'm going to look to try and mint. And good luck with your guys' launch. I don't know if you guys want to maybe end it with a little bit of information about when you guys are going to be launching. And yeah, thanks again for coming up here today. We appreciate you too.
Thanks so much for having us. It means a lot to get a platform to talk about the project that we love. I'll hand it over to Emmy, but yeah, we're aiming for very late March, early April at the moment. Just finalizing a few things to send off to testing before we publicly announce the date. We want to make sure we hit any deadline we tell people. But check out galverse.art. That's the website. Check out our Twitter, Galverse NFT. If you like what it is, you know, we'll be doing more giveaways and things on top of what you've done today. And yeah, had a great time. Amazing singing. Maybe some collaborations for our music tracks coming up too.
Thank you so much for having us. It was really fun, and your metaverse HQ community is awesome. Like I was enjoying listening to karaoke party, and like it's really fun. And thank you so much. And please follow Shinsei Galverse Twitter account. And also, like, if you have a Mintrist, there's a Mintrist chat on Discord channel, and it's really warm and nice community. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So can I say our slogan one last time? Wagma!
Wagma!
We all gonna make an anime. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Poop, pull that plug. This Spaces is over.